Last time on Dragon Ball Chaos Crossover Z, the Chaos Z fighters faced their toughest challenge yet, when the mighty Saiyans arrived on Earth. Although our heroes put up an excellent fight, and even Eggman arrived to help, though the Saiyans were too powerful and many lives were lost. However, Goku and Sonic returned from their training with King Kai, and after witnessing a tragedy, Sonic unleashed a dark transformation, defeating Vegeta and ending the threat of the Saiyans. With Piccolo gone though, Kami and the Dragon Balls are gone as well, so the group makes preparations to Piccolo's home planet Namek to use their Dragon Balls and revive their friends. Before our remaining heroes depart, however, they'll have to face another opponent. Who will they battle before they take off? Find out now. The world of Mobius was a beautiful planet due to King Jules' fantastic ruling, keeping everything in the greatest of conditions. However, this time his king left him little for his three children, Scourge, Sonia, and Manic. The three felt neglected, as their parents would always excuse themselves from them for multitudes of reasons. They have an important meeting to attend to, they have to meet with the leader of the Echidna tribe, they have to renew the peace treaty, yada yada. They couldn't stand being the children of royalty, since they were forced to go to all of these boring ceremonies and play the part of the perfect children. It especially ate away at Scourge, who hated his father the most out of his siblings. One day, he decided he wasn't going to live like this anymore. He went up to his siblings and tore off their royal crests. He threw them each to the ground and shattered all three. He told them that was how he felt about this family, and today is the day everything will change. They would overthrow him and rule the land the way that they wanted to. Sonia and Manic followed their brother's rules very carefully to form a team and take down their father. They gained the trust of the Mobius scientist, Rodor, and the captain of the Royal Guard, Antoine. Antoine was able to convince the Royal Guard to stand with them, while Rodor was able to use his robotics genius to transform a simple Mobian called Bunny into Bunny Rabbot, a powerful killing machine. The coup was planned, with Scourge jumping his father during a ceremony and stabbing him to death on stage. Sonia took her mother by surprise, shooting her in the head with a blaster that she herself gave her, with Manic taking down the rest of the Senate around them. The remaining soldiers were easily taken out by Antoine's royal guard, while Bunny Rabbot racked up the highest body count in modern Mobian memory. Scourge rose up to the top and announced his rule.
Mobius! Today is the day. This great piece shit. What a joke. It's time for us to finally wake up, be free of the suppression, and finally make our own rules.
The remaining citizens, having little or to no option, instantly submitted to Scourge's will, and the planet was put under the strict rule of him and his siblings, who were able to easily kill anybody who got in their way. However, there was one particular group of rebels who were always in the way, due to their mystical artifacts, the Soul Emeralds. The Soul Emeralds were thought to be a myth, but Scourge learned the hard way that they were not, when the leader of the rebels, Blaze the Cat, utilized their powers to transform into Burning Blaze, and with this power, even Scourge couldn't defeat her. She managed to wipe out the Royal Guard, even the mighty Bunny Rabbot. Scourge was fast enough to save himself and his siblings, but not powerful enough to do any damage to Burning Blaze. However, as they battled, they realized that the power of the Soul Emeralds doesn't last forever, and eventually, Blaze reverted back to normal. Even though most of their troops were dead, Scourge and his siblings were more than powerful enough to defeat Blaze on their own. So, Blaze and a rebellion had no choice but to retreat. Scourge and his siblings overtook control once again, and realized the only way they would be able to truly rule is to get their hands on the Soul Emeralds. But they can't head into the rebel camp by themselves, or else Blaze might use their powers once again and kill them all. The three continue to search for a power greater than the Soul Emeralds, however, are never able to find a power by themselves. Until the planet got its first taste of alien life. Alien invaders arrived, and a gigantic tree was planted which drained the planet of all of its life energy. This didn't go unnoticed to Scourge and a squad, who visited the invaders at the base of the tree.
Yo, this is a sick-ass looking tree here. Where the hell did you guys get something like this?
Greetings, Mobian. My name is Turles, and this is the Tree of Might.
Wait, that a shit name for a good tree.
Foul-mouthed little creatures here.
You mind if I take that off your hands there, ape boy? Crew and I definitely need it more than you.
It seems you don't quite know your place in this universe yet, rodent. Who do you think you're talking to?
I conquered this whole damn planet. Just who do you think?
Scourge is cut off from an attack by the Freedom Fighters, who have arrived to investigate the Tree of Might as well.
Oh, god damn it. These lamos again?
And who are these ones? Only one of their power levels is somewhat interesting.
The damn Freedom Fighters. They're trying to take back the world or whatever. A real pain in my ass.
Turles simply flicks his hand and unleashes a gigantic blast that eradicates the crew rushing towards them. Scourge's mouth drops in shock at how this crew was destroyed so fast. The troublesome Blaze appears out of the smoke to rush Turles, but he simply tanks her punch to the face.
No wonder you took over this planet so easily, rat! The competition is a joke.
Turles grabs Blaze's fist and shoves his hand in her face. A ki blast is unleashed head-on into Blaze, with her seemingly being eradicated.
What I meant to say was, wanna join my crew? Bet we could take over this dump real good together.
I think my tree has exhausted most of your planet's resources, and yet there's still not a single fruit produced. None of these planets have enough energy.
That right?
Shut it, rat! I'd kill you. You'd be a valuable asset to my Crusher Corps, though. Under my rule, of course.
Appreciate the invite, ape man. If it leads to killing more innocent peeps, then I'm in.
Scourge and Turles then infiltrate the Freedom Fighter camp, with Scourge finding the Soul Emerald sealed away. While searching, they find some research that their deceased scientist Dr. Kintobor was working on. He has harnessed powers from the Soul Emeralds themselves to create a prototype interdimensional gateway.
What are these soul emeralds in his notes?
Oh, these are nothing. Just some rocks. Pretty native to the planet, actually. Good for a nothing. Only if you're real smart, you can do something with them.
Scourge takes the emeralds and puts them in his father's old seal, hoping that Turles won't try to use them for himself.
Well, according to these notes, we can travel to other universes. He hypothesized there were many out there, maybe even up to 13 at a point, though the closest he could get is the universe twin to our own.
He presses the combinations Kintobor put together, and the portal opens, revealing a planet opposite Mobius, one teeming with all kinds of life. Turles and Scourge look at each other and smile, then look back at the portal. A new world is about to be put under their rule. Goku erupts into his Akari form, screaming out as he tries to combine the move with the Kaioken, which is somewhat working, but he can't use both of them together for very long until his body almost gives out.
Ah, darn, I was really hoping that would work this time.
Why are you so focused on that monkey power anyways? I told you you should have focused in on that pseudo super form. Without the emeralds around, we're gonna need all the super we can get for the trip to Namek.
You know I've always hated having to use the emeralds anyways. It's better training if I'm able to tap into the power myself. That power I used against Garlic Jr., it didn't feel like a super form. It felt more like the power I have now. My Ikari form felt more like that.
Maybe it's got something to do with you being a Saiyan and all.
Maybe like a Super Saiyan.
That's a good one.
If you don't mind me asking, what would you call that power you showed off to Vegeta?
I had a feeling you'd ask about it eventually.
Of course I would. I could sense chaos power in you, but not the kind like when we were kids. This was some kind of power working off of your emotions. Don't get me wrong, this power was way higher than anything I could put out, but it didn't feel anything like you, Sonic. Just be careful with it is all I'm saying. I wouldn't want to call your new power Dark Sonic.
I'm here. I sense that large power. What happened?
Nothing here, Gohan, just doing some light training.
Whoa, don't scare me like that.
Gohan powers down and slumps away. Ever since the battle with the Saiyans, Gohan's been very much on edge. He feels like it's his fault that Piccolo, Knuckles, Tails, and all of the others died because he was too weak. Goku and Sonic have been trying to help him feel better, but he's still on edge a lot of the time. That's why Goku suggested taking him out camping to try and get him to feel more relaxed. He can't stay for very long, since somebody's gotta watch after Vegeta to make sure he doesn't try anything, but Gohan should be fine with Sonic and the others, as if on cue, Princess Sally, Bulma, and Krillin showed up, ready to start their camping trip, the last hurrah before they head off to Namek.
Hey there, Gohan. How are you?
Greetings, Princess Sally. It's nice to see you again.
No need to be so formal, Gohan. You know that Sally is just fine. Your Uncle Sonic here told me that you wanted a dog?
No?
Well, I got you something even better.
From out behind Sally, Icarus the Dragon flies towards Gohan, licking his face.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for the gift, Sally. I love him.
With his new friend, Gohan is able to relax and have fun with all of his friends.
Thanks for the gift, Sally. I know it's gonna make him feel a lot better.
Anytime, Goku. No child his age should have seen the things he saw. He deserves to feel like a kid before he goes out again.
Gohan goes flying throughout the camp on Icarus, laughing and enjoying his pet's company. As they're flying around though, the two see a flash of light and a fire erupting in the woods.
Oh no! The force is on fire!
Gohan and Icarus fly back to the camp, and as soon as they get back, the others noticed a fire burning as well.
The animals! We need to get them out of here.
Stand back, guys. It's time for some Sonic speed.
Sonic rushes right into the forest fire and uses his sonic wind to put out as much of it as he can. Though, as he's running around, he gets blasted in the side of his head. Sonic tumbles into a nearby tree as he hears some girl yell out.
Scourge, what the hell are you doing?
Sonic stands up and sees a female hedgehog looking right at him with some weird kind of blaster in her hand.
I could ask the same thing of you, lady, and the name's Sonic. Are you the one who set the forest on fire?
Technically, I didn't. My brother started it, but I didn't stop him.
Mind pointing me in his direction so I can kick his butt too?
Ha! You're just as cocky as Scourge, too. Guess some things stay the same no matter the universe.
Universe? What are you talking about?
Sonic senses another attack coming from behind, and he jumps out of the way just in time. He looks in the direction of who fired and sees another hedgehog, a green one this time, with drumsticks?
Jeez, you really are as fast as him. That's so cool.
How about we talk this out? Hedgehogs to hedgehog. Now burning down the homes of thousands of woodland creatures.
Nah, sis, you hearing this? I never thought I'd hear compassion in his tone.
He was right. You look just like him, but you could be more different.
Sonia fires another blast at him, with Sonic kicking it right back at her. Sonia, surprised, jumps out of the way, with Manic firing more blasts from his drumsticks. Sonic dodges these easily as well, and nails Manic right in the gut.
Woo! Been waiting on an excuse to kick your ass.
Did I do something to you?
He quickly dodges another incoming blast and throws Sonia right into her brother. The two stagger as Sonic quickly ties them both to a tree together.
And that's that with the Pyro Psychos. Now to put out the rest of... Attention to the scrubs of this zone. The king has arrived. Respect. What?
Sonic is hit across the face at lightning speed. Scourge revs for another, with Sonic blocking and going to trade another blow with his hedgehog. This hedgehog looks exactly like him. Scourge revs up a figure 8 and nails Sonic in the jaw, staggering him back as he then runs off and unties his siblings.
I left you wimps alone for, what, a minute? 2? 3 tops, and you get your asses beat? How pathetic are you two?
Shove it, Scourge. Where the hell did you go?
Hit the goods? I thought I could leave you twerps alone. How'd you go and find him already?
Dude, he came to us.
That right?
Scourge runs over to Sonic and looks him up and down. The two then instantly begin to run around each other, clashing at supersonic speeds around the forest. They match blow for blow, and Scourge just laughs.
I didn't expect anybody else to be able to keep up with me, especially not somebody who looks like me from my high school days. Well, ain't you a riot? Could say the same for you, Blue. Think you can keep up?
Scourge blasts off with Sonic right behind him. The two run all through the forest at top speeds, neck and neck. The forest is put out right away by the winds and shockwaves the two hedgehogs produce, and the two continue to race around.
This is so much fun. But sorry to say I can't stick around, Blue. Got some evil plans, cause your sister was right. You really are that cocky. You're going away for burning down this forest, Faker. I haven't shown you an ounce of my real speed yet. Oh, I had a feeling that. But if you're anything like me, then the teleportation ain't really a thing.
Scourge presses a button, with Sonic hearing a beeping noise behind his head. Scourge's teleporter activates, and Sonic teleports away. Sally, Krillin, and Gohan rush in, asking the three who they are.
Sorry, kiddies. Would love to talk, but I got a juice.
Scourge takes his siblings and runs away, with Sonic running back to the camp a few minutes later, since Scourge teleported him halfway across the planet. That hedgehog, Scourge, who is he? All of the Z-Fighters have been gathered at Goku's house, putting together a plan on how to take down these hedgehogs.
This hedgehog guy looked like you and had your speed?
Yeah, but he wasn't so tough. If his siblings weren't in the way, I'd be able to take care of them in no time.
So you want us to hold off the other two while you deal with your doppelgangers?
I don't think it's gonna be that easy. I sense others with those three as well. We're gonna need to hold off a lot more than just those other two hedgehogs.
Speaking of those other hedgehogs, any idea why they look so much like you, Sonic? Any siblings you're not telling us about?
The only family I remember is my Uncle Chuck. If I had any brothers or sisters, I know he would have told me about them. This Scourge seems like more than just a faker, though. We gotta keep an eye on him.
Do you think Eggman has anything to do with this? I can have my father send him right now.
It can't be robots. I could sense their energy. Those robot versions of Dad and Uncle Sonic don't have any ki, but these guys do.
Then, who could they be?
Are you sure you guys want to know?
Oh, hey, King Kai. You know who these guys are?
I was looking into them shortly after Sonic's battle, and it seems the situation is worse than I thought. These warriors are from another universe.
Another universe?
That's right. There exists other universes outside of our own. And while I'm not sure how many there are, I know that these visitors must come from the one closest to our own, our twin universe. That's the reason why the Scourge acts and looks just like Sonic. It's his evil twin from another universe.
Wait a sec, King Kai. If this guy is my twin from another universe, then does that mean there are evil versions of all of us in that universe?
I'm not so sure if all of them are evil, but there may be other versions of everybody, yes.
God, does that mean there could be an evil me here as well?
Let's hope there's not for all of our sakes. I don't think my heart could take seeing an evil Goku.
That's not all. These intruders have brought in a dangerous kind of tree that is draining all life on this planet. You all need to stop them before it's too late.
A life-draining tree? You mean the Tree of Might? Where the hell did these rodents get something like that?
You know what that tree is?
It's a weapon that us Saiyans used to use in battle back when we lived on planet Sadala. We used it to drain other planets of their life force, and to grow a fruit that could grant us unimaginable power. The seeds all died out once we left to planet Vegeta, so how could these clowns have gotten one? Unless the evil Sonic is with a Saiyan.
A doppelganger of you?
I'm not sure, but sitting around here thinking isn't gonna solve anything. Chaotix, you guys stay here and watch after Vegeta. Make sure he doesn't get into any trouble while we're away. Oh, you don't trust me around a little tree, Kakarot? Nah, I just don't trust you in general. Let's go, guys.
Dad, you think I could come too?
Of course, Gohan. I'm sorry, Chi-Chi, but he's one of the strongest on the planet now. Him coming with us will help show him how to fight, and prepare him for Namek, trust me.
Chi-Chi eventually agrees, and Gohan is allowed to go off to help. Sally also pipes up, telling Sonic that she's coming along to fight as well. She's princess of this planet, and will do her best to defend it now. Sonic tells her it'll be suicide, but Sally tells him that while the group were training for the Saiyans, her and Tails were working on a suit of armor for her, but they weren't able to finish. She finished it off herself, and now she's ready. She activates the suit on her watch, and Sally is coated in a metallic armor, becoming Mecha Sally. Sonic is impressed, and since they need all help they can get, why not have Sally come? He has to admit, he is really impressed by this armor, and finds himself blushing on how cool she looks. Goku notices and punches him in the arm, laughing. The Z-Fighters all arrive at the base of the Tree of Might, and since they can all sense energy, they can feel the essence of the Earth leaving. They need to get rid of this thing now. Goku, Sonic, Gohan, and Krillin fire a Kamehameha at the tree, with Sally firing a laser and Chaozu a Dodonpa. All of these beams combine and hit the tree head on, but it doesn't even put a dent in it. They all then hear laughing as Scourge the Hedgehog comes into view.
Did you losers think that would work? Man, people in this universe really are dumb as bricks.
Wow, bro. He brought a whole crew with him this time. Wanna even the odds a little bit?
Manic throws out a capsule, and out blows 2 star goalposts. The goalposts activate, and a huge portal opens from behind them. Sally yells out that this must be the way they got to this dimension, and she blasted the device to destroy it. However, her blast is deflected by what just stepped through. It looks like her. Alicia Acorn steps out of the portal and looks at her doppelganger, saying, "Man, alternate her is really ugly." The rest of the Suppression squad step out of the portal as well. Boomer Walrus, Patch Decollette, Fiona Fox, and, most surprisingly of all, Miles Prowler and Rosie the Rascal. Sonic's heart drops. This guy looks just like Tails. And Amy can't believe the resemblance between her and Rosie. It's like looking in a mirror.
Seems like a battle of the doppelgangers. Suppression Squad, charge!
Goku and Sonic go after Scourge and his siblings as the others go after the Suppression Squad. Gohan clashes fists with Miles, swinging around him and engaging in hand-to-hand. Gohan is throwing his punches, as Miles just reminds him too much of Tails. Miles uses this to his advantage, getting some extra blows in on the boy. These don't actually hurt much on Gohan, which gets Miles annoyed. He flies off and begins to fire multiple ki blasts, which catches Gohan off guard. Gohan then realizes that this guy isn't really anything like Tails. He uses Ki much more so than Tails, and doesn't even fly using his own twin tails. He just uses his Ki. So Gohan can use that to his advantage. Gohan flies all around, avoiding all of Miles' Ki attacks, and since the Fox is using that Ki to fly, he's beginning to run out of energy, which powers him out enough where Gohan is able to knock him out in a single blow. Gohan catches Miles before he hits the ground, and he lowers him down to the ground himself. Gohan stares at Miles for a moment, and then flies off to go help his friends. Krillin catches Boomer Walrus's punch, and can only hold it off for a bit before he has to fly off. Boomer then raises his other arm, and fires out a beam right at Krillin's face. Krillin is hit dead on, and sent flying into a nearby cliff. Boomer rushes back to him, and begins to swing more at Krillin. Krillin can block some of the hits, but Boomer is a very heavy hitter, which isn't helping Krillin much. He flies back and launches a solar flare right in Boomer's face. Krillin then launches a Destructo Disc, with Boomer somehow dodging out of the way and blasting it with one of his cannons.
Darn it! I thought that would work this time. How'd you see it coming?
Boomer shows that only one of his eyes is his own, while his other is mechanical. Boomer then jumps up and slams Krillin to the ground, knocking him out with another sonic cannon. Sally holds off Alicia and Fiona, doing her best to hold them off hand to hand. Thankfully, she's got her suit to give her somewhat of an advantage, but it's still tough against two opponents. Her and Alicia are evenly matched, with Fiona being a little weaker, but more feisty, with her style being pretty predictable for Sally. Luckily for her though, she has her own Jarvis in this suit, you might say, as she has her own robot guide Nicole in her ear, helping her out the best she can. Nicole is able to even pull a Lila from Spider-Verse and just appear outside of Sally's suit as a hologram to distract Alicia and Fiona for Sally. With Nicole's help, Sally is able to defeat her own doppelganger, and even Fiona by herself, by catching Alicia's whip and nailing Fiona with it right in her temple. Patch stabs at Chaozu, almost slashing him with his sword. Chaozu uses telekinesis to hold him in place, and then slam him into the ground. Patch snarls at this, and does his best to move, but it's pretty hard. Chaozu flies around battling Patch, and even uses a Dodonpa to hit him right in the face. Patch is being beaten around pretty badly, until he's able to move just enough to prick Chaozu with a poison needle. Chaozu begins to cough up blood as the poison spreads in his body. With Chaozu distracted, Patch is able to break free of the telekinesis and slash at Chaozu, cutting a huge gash in the side of his body. Chaozu falls to the ground, about to die, as Gohan appears in a rage at seeing Chaozu hurt. Gohan fires a Masenko dead on in his face, killing him.
I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna let any more of my friends die!
Icarus comes over to Gohan, and Gohan puts Chaozu on Icarus's back, telling him to go bring him to a hospital. Icarus squawks an understanding, and flies off as fast as he can to save Chaozu. Amy narrowly dodges Rosie's hammer swing as she deflects her next with her own. This Rosie is literally insane. She's foaming at the mouth, swinging her hammer around, and is truly aiming in for the kill. Though since Amy is a master at the hammer, she can deflect all day and tries her hardest to hit back. But Rosie is unbelievably powerful.
Oh, it's such a cute little hedgehog to squish. Why are you doing this? Aren't we like sisters or something? Nuh-uh. You're breathing. Which means I need to fix that for you.
Amy is knocked around, with Rosie laughing and mocking her the whole time. Gohan then flies in and catches Rosie's hammer before she can deal the final blow.
Hey! You ruined my big squish!
Gohan powers up, throwing the hammer right back at Rosie. Gohan flies in punching her, with him very disturbed by how Rosie is still laughing as he's laying into her. Rosie fights back and is able to deal some damage to Gohan. Amy is able to appear over her and land a devastating hammer blow to the side of her head, causing it to twist unnaturally and break. Amy and Gohan look down, disturbed to see that she's still smiling up at them. The two then rejoin with Sally and watch Boomer take out Krillin. The three head up to battle Boomer, but he is leagues above the rest. He's able to send them flying around with his sonic cannons and blows off huge chunks of Sally's armor.
Okay, Gohan? Now would be a really good time for you to get angry.
Doesn't work that way, Aunt Amy.
Boomer rattles them all, with Sally having Nicole hack into his cybernetics, hoping to get them offline. Thankfully, this works, as Nicole is able to hack into his eye and his cannons, disabling them completely. With that, the three are able to land the final blow and take out Boomer. The three breathe a sigh of relief and then go to check on Goku and Sonic, when a figure flies down in front of them. Gohan is happy at first, thinking that's his dad, but this guy is not his father. Goku and Sonic clash against the three hedgehogs. Scourge battles with Sonic as Goku is stuck with Sonya and Manic. Sonya and Manic seem to rely on their musical instrument blasters, which indeed are powerful, but if that's the best that they can muster, then Goku can handle them. He yells out, Kaioken, and explodes in energy. He flies around and slams Manic right in the back, launching him right into Sonya. The two slam against a tree of might as Goku launches a Kamehameha right at the two, knocking them unconscious. The mighty Saiyan, Turles, peers at Gohan and laughs.
So you're the hybrid I heard about. You're pretty powerful for a wee one. Perhaps once this planet dies, you can come back to my universe and join my crew.
I would never join an evil Saiyan like you. You're gonna pay for Tails!
Gohan rushes Turles, with Turles easily able to deflect all of his blows. He knees Gohan in the chest and backhands him, launching him into the ground. Sally and Amy yell out, with Sally flying right up to Turles and launching a blast point blank in his face. This doesn't affect him at all, and he decks Sally across her face, shattering her armor and knocking her right out. Amy launches up and swings at Turles with her hammer, but Turles catches it and slams the two into the ground with Amy's own hammer. He swings it around and laughs.
That hedgehog squad fell to these weaklings? Maybe it was a mistake to have him come along.
Well, screw you too, Space Kong. A little help over here?
Sonic is shocked how fast this guy took his friends out, and he flies right over to him and kicks him in the chest. He nails Sonic with a powerful gut punch, shocked at the power in that blow. Goku rushes over to save him and flies back with Sonic.
Are you okay?
I think so.
Scourge and Turles land next to each other, with Turles handing Scourge a strange-looking fruit. That must be the fruit from the tree of might Vegeta told him about. Scourge takes a huge bite from the fruit and eats it down as fast as he can. Then he smirks as he begins to grow in power. A green glow surrounds Scourge as he powers right up, his entire body turning green.
Talk about an upgrade. New meaning to lean, mean, and green.
The fruit from the tree helps others grow in all sorts of ways. Now maybe you can actually be useful.
Oh, piss off, you no-good excuse of a monkey pirate.
Turles goes to eat his own fruit, with Goku firing a beam at him to stop it. Though, Scourge rushes in front of Turles to deflect the blast, and it flies right back into Goku. Goku stumbles back in pain, not expecting that. Turles finishes his fruit and bulks up considerably, exploding in energy.
So, I think we can take him?
I think so.
They smile at each other, and Goku and Turles fly into the air as Sonic glares down Scourge.
Playtime's over, pal! What the heck is going on?
Damn, Blue. Where the hell did you learn a form like that?
Nah, it ain't a form. It's a technique I learned while training in Otherworld.
Otherworld? What, did you die or something?
Wrong again. I was granted access to train there. That way, I can deal with monsters like you.
Bet you top dollar you feel high and mighty calling me a monster, don't you? Well, a little birdie told me somebody's got a little monstrous energy in them. Something of the dark, I wager.
Sonic flinches and increases his Kaioken to times 4, asking Scourge who the hell told him about that. Scourge points over to Turles, revealing that he's the reason why he knows so much about him. Problem is though, these powers were a lot stronger than they anticipated. Even with the amazing power from the Fruit of the Tree of Might, the two may not be able to win this as they are now. But they planned for this. He hid them away when he got to this universe, and now it's time to show them off. They're gonna end this. Scourge gives a signal to Turles, and the two of them blast off, while Goku lands next to Sonic, confused.
Okay, let's do this!
What?
Think you can stand up to me?
You surprised me a little, but not much.
No!
What?
They watch as the Tree of Might disintegrates all around them, as the Soul Emerald's power was able to eat away at the tree and give the Earth back its life energy. Blaze then introduces herself as Blaze the Cat. She fills the two in on who she is and that she was almost killed before arriving here, but managed to use her connection with the Soul Emeralds to teleport her into this universe. She tried to track down the Emeralds, but Scourge had hidden them away. But with them out, she was able to use them to transfer their power away from that blasted King Scourge. With him out of the picture now, they can restore her universe to what it once was. She thanks them for all of their help and chants the Soul Emeralds away from them. She surrounds herself, saying that she's indebted to them and that if they ever need her, then to give her a call. The Soul Emeralds then erupt in power, teleporting Blaze back into her dimension. Goku and Sonic watch her fade away and smile.
Wait, should we have asked her to come with us to Namek?
I've managed to track his life source. He's back on Mobius.
Finally! No wonder my brother sleeps all the time. You mortals are just so slow!
Apologies, it appears Scourge was the only one who made it back. The others have either been imprisoned or killed in Universe 7.
They're still there? If the Omni King discovers that you mortals have messed with the universal law, then I'm finished! This is all your fault! Eggman nigga!
Lord Champa, my apologies. It can be fixed. I'll make it my personal duty to retrieve the rodents.
Phew. That's what I like to hear. I was worried that I have to head into Universe 7 myself, but there's nothing of value for me there. Get in, grab those who were sent there by your invention, and bring them back to my palace!
As you wish, sir.
And leave the Scourge to me.